Hey, welcome to the DVP channel, and today we do have a final game, best of one only though, the Vert against the Angel Feather Gavrail. And this is actually a similar matchup which we have seen in the 2 weeks ago, and the Bermuda will go first in this game, actually riding the creature, actually hitting to a Vert, discarding the other grade 3. And now the Angel Feather will ride to this grade 1 here, getting the quick shield, and swing at the Vanguard with no other commitments, hitting to a no trigger. So the turn do pass, and I must say Vert is actually a very underrated deck, and compared to Gavrail, Gavrail is needless to say is actually a very strong deck. But however, I can't deny that I'm actually quite disappointed that the V Premium, basically Standard has become a V Premium now, and I'm not too sure how the game state will go, and I really do hope the game do go further. But I do have an upcoming CBD video for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And the Ancient Feather will actually ride to this grade 2 here, getting to that Hammer to hand and then swing at the Vanguard. No trigger yet again. Very simple back and forth from both players, but he do actually rescue check a quick earlier, so it's 2 damage. He does ride to this grade 3 here to actually farm the turn first, calling the Aqua, bouncing the other Aqua to draw one to discard one. He does discard the Vert here, maybe too many Vert in hand, and now commit a grade 3 Searcher. And he does hit into another Vert. You can never have too many Verts. And now he does commit one of them, because you are able to actually bounce them all the way, and the ally will be committed behind the Vanguard, which does have an on hit ability. So he does swing the Aqua first, which is actually a 25k power, so it's a 20k guard. Another 20k guard here, forced out by the Angel Feather. Now he does use the skill here to actually bounce 4 red guards, so he's able to hit all the ability, which is actually to superior call 1 card from your deck and gain 1 marker. So he does search his deck and actually go for the list a lot here, which will be able to call the top deck. In this case, he does call a PG, very unfortunate because he could have checked that, but he is going to put it behind the red guard to be a booster. So he does Twin Drive. Doesn't hit into anything though, but the ally will hit. Basically proc his effect to actually search for another ally in the deck to add to hand. And does swing with the Liselot column. And 30k shield will be forced out by the Angel Feather. And how would the Angel Feather actually play out this turn? He does ride to the Hammer here, so very unfortunate we do not see a Gavrail first turn, but he does use the skill to actually superior call this grade 2 to do 1 rescue check. And we do realize he actually plays the Raccoon, which is actually a simple plus 5k to 2 red guards. So to power up the Hammer is actually very effective if you ask me. So he does call this grade 1 rescue check. He's going to be discarding the Hammer here to pick up the Gavrail, which is in the damage zone, so he's able to secure the right next turn, and he does hit to a critical trigger here, pumping all to the Vanguard. So he does swing with the grade 2 first, which is a 12k, swing at the side to kill off the intercept, and this will be swinging for a simple 30k Vanguard. The Kanzen will be forced out here, because the Kanzen will not be allowed to be used in the future turn, so it's a very heads up play to use the PG right now and saving the raw shields in hand. And this will be a 19k attack, which is 10k guard. And the Bermuda does eat the damage here. Now we will be seeing the Vert in play, going for another force one. So there's technically 3 markers already, and now does go for the grade Searcher. And he does miss the search unfortunately, but a lot of Vert has been discovered in the previous turns. And he does call the Aqua to bounce the grade Searcher to discard the grade 2 Prism unit. So he does use the Vert skill here to actually bind the Vert from the drop zone to gain 1 drive check. Now does call another grade Searcher here, bounced by the Aqua, does miss again, and now does call the Prism Vert on the left column. Now does swing with the Aqua first, and the Angel Feather will be eating it. And will be swinging with the Vert unboosted, which is a 25k guard. 25k shield is forced out. And Vert will use his skill to actually bounce 2 units and summon binded units, which unfortunately only 1. So he does bind the superior call the grade 1 here to actually draw 1 and plus 10k. So it's a very big girl on the side, and this 35k will be a no pass here. Triple drive in the triple blank though, very unfortunate. and the Great One will swing, forcing a PG out from the Angel Feather hand. And how will this turn play out for the Angel Feather? So we do know he has the Gavrail here, which is will be riding it, which he did pick up earlier in the previous turn. And does replace and call the Aeroid, which is actually a guard restrict. And now does go for the Gavrail skill right away, picking up the Raccoon and Soul Blasting 1. Putting 1 damage back to the bottom of the deck to actually technically do 2 rescue checks. When you do see a critical trigger here, pumping all to the Vanguard. He does pump to the side 2. Now he does call this grade 2, which is actually a very strong tech card, allowing him to actually superior call from the drop zone, in this case a Hamel, and Hamel will prop the skill to actually superior call this Mythical Angel here to do 1 more rescue check, and he does rescue check into another critical trigger here, giving Hamel the buff. And because of the Gavrail 3 rescue check condition has been done, he's able to give 10k to the front row for free, and now does go for the Mythical Angel here skill, but he does forgot to actually discard 1 card from his hand. Slight misplay there, but he does have quite a bit of hand, so no problem in my opinion. But we will take note in the future games. But he does go for the Raccoon here to actually plus 10k to that column, and now go for the last rescue check here, I believe, picking up the 30k shield to hand, and does not rescue check to anything. But the damage has been done, and will be swinging with Gavrail, which is a very big column. And the Bermuda will be forced out to throw raw shoes here, and the Ellie skill will be activated here. But it's just going to be a 1 pass. Will the Gavrail be able to luck sack that 1 trigger here? So he does spray first, going for the first check, and going for the classic Asian move to push out the crit. And he does push out the crit, and this should be game because it's 3 damage. But it does hit to a 6 damage shield though, but it's still going to be game. Thank you for watching till the end, and do consider subscribing, dropping a like and a comment if you do enjoy the content.